In General Manager Craig Conroy's year-end press conference, he addressed something pretty massive, and that was finding chemistry for Jonathan Huberdeau. Now, over the past couple seasons, we as Flames fans know he has not been up to par. He hasn't been the 115-point, $10.5 million player that the Flames thought they acquired. But with free agency right around the corner, Conroy is maybe trying to find someone for him that could bring him back to unlock his full potential. Welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe because less than 20% of the people watching are subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames, then make sure you join the fastest growing community of Flames fans on the internet. We'd love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. You guys have been absolutely killing it lately with the subscriptions and interactions. I love reading your guys' comments. But this video is kind of inspired by something I saw on the Flames Reddit. Now let's get into this free agency target that has kind of been revealed here, and it hasn't more so been revealed by the management themselves, but more so by the Sea of Red. And like I said, it's inspired by a post in the Flames Reddit forum. And it's very interesting here because, you know, a lot of people think next year's the time to tank. Why would we pick anyone up in free agency anyway? Give the young guys a chance. It's time to experiment. And that's all very true. I hope the young guns do get a good chance at, you know, cracking the lineup and getting that NHL experience and really hoping to build themselves up, build chemistry with one another in order to contend for a cup, hopefully very, very soon. But let's dive into this here. It's the man in the thumbnail. It is Anthony Duclair, and this is from user Scarlet Matt. So he posted, Craig Conroy mentioned in his garbage bag day presser that he wanted to find someone with chemistry for Huberdeau. Other than trying a bunch of unknowns and hoping for some luck, the only way I can see to try and hedge your bets is to get someone that you know Huberdeau has chemistry with. Does that mean he may try to pursue someone like Duclair? I know some of the hockey writers said we should pursue Reinhart, but I can't see him wanting to come here or Florida letting him go. Now, Florida have a lot of very, very good players that I'm sure they will want to hold on to that have played with Huberdeau before. Reinhart is becoming a free agent, but I can't foresee any way that he is not a Florida Panther for the next 8 years or so. I'm sure the Panthers will try to lock him up before anyone else. Guys like Barkov, they're in there for the long run, but he has played well with Huberdeau in the past as well. But Anthony Duclair, he played a few seasons with Huberdeau over in Florida. Now, obviously, he's out in Tampa Bay. He got traded there around the trade deadline. He was on the San Jose Sharks to begin the season and wasn't fantastic, but he's kind of found his game again once in Tampa Bay. So let's look at his stats for the past few years now. So in just 17 games so far in the regular season, well, I guess the regular season's over, but in 17 games with Tampa Bay, he had 15 points, 8 goals, almost a goal every other game, picked up a couple power play points, so he's lethal on the power play as well. You know, had actually a decent season for San Jose before getting traded. 16 goals. I mean, on that San Jose Sharks team, that was pretty tough to do. But the highlight there is those years in Florida. He put up some great numbers. Now, obviously, last year he did not play too many games. He was injured, so he has a history of injuries. Still put up almost a point every other game, only the 2 goals. But that's all right. That was obviously Huberdeau wasn't there anymore, so he didn't have Huby to feed him the puck. Now, you go back a couple seasons, unreal season, a 31-goal season, which would have been pretty much highest on the Flames this season. Imagine him with Huberdeau this year. He would have got all the pucks he wanted. But 58 points. The year before that, 32 points in 43 games. Not bad at all. Even back to his time on the Senators. You know, he was putting up pretty good numbers with about 2 points every 3 games or so. And always got lots on the power play. If you look back at that 2021-22 season, he had 21 power play points. Put this man on the man advantage and he's got a chance. And it's so good. Now, going back to his time in Columbus, wasn't exactly the best numbers, but who puts up good numbers in Columbus anyway? I really don't know. Don't ask Johnny Gaudreau. That's one guy you definitely should not be asking about that. But as you can see, he has loads of potential, and right now, he is playing very, very good hockey on Tampa Bay. Now, with that being said, the stats are slightly inflated because of who he is playing with. It's a little bit better than Jonathan Huberdeau, but he is on one of the best lines in hockey right now. Nikita Kucherov just clinched the Art Ross trophy. Braden Point, great Calgarian boy. He's able to dish the puck and obviously snipe it right into the net. And let's just say right now, Jonathan Huberdeau is definitely no Nikita Kucherov. But Duclair could find himself in a somewhat similar situation with, a very skilled right winger in Huberdeau, and then maybe a better younger center in, let's say, Connor Zary up there up top. So there's definitely potential for that to be the case. And once again, the Flames aren't the Lightning. Kucherov is way better than Huberdeau. There's no questions asked. And the Flames do not have a center that compares to Braden Point. But Duclair could fit in here. And now let's take a look at Huberdeau's stats. Oh, wrong button. This one here. Let's take a look at Huberdeau's stats. So the past 2 seasons haven't been good. In fact, in his time in a Flame sweater hasn't even combined gotten to the points that he had in 2021-22 when he had 115 in just that season alone. That being said, not the worst couple of years here. His numbers were actually worse this year than they were last season. That was not what anyone was expecting. But the years where Duclair was there in Florida with Huberdeau's stats were really, really good. Now, am I saying that's all thanks to Anthony Duclair? No, I am not. Florida has had some absolutely unbelievable players over the years, especially when Huberdeau was there. I mean, guys I already mentioned, like Barkov, they've had Reinhart, Verhaeghe's come out of nowhere. So there's a chance here. There's a chance here that finding chemistry could be easier than doing it internally. Now, with that being said, there are alternatives to just signing Anthony Duclair. And this is also just straight up from that same thread in the Reddit post by that user, Scarlet Matt, I think it was. So here are some of the replies. This is from The Mosh. I think Sharangovich can play the Duclair spot on the right wing, and the goal should be to find a center that helps drive play into the offensive zone and make space on the ice for Hubes. Can that eventually be Zary? It's obviously really hard to find guys like this, and it's probably easier to scheme for power play results first. Very great point. I think, we can already have Sharangovich be the right wing on a line that has, the left wing, doesn't matter, whatever wing, for Huberdeau. And then getting a center. Now, it probably won't be Kadri. Kadri's found some chemistry with some other players. And then it could definitely be Zary. And then just a reply to that from Noor. Yep, I think they should try Huby, Zary, Sharky next year. Like, at the end of the day, there's going to be growing pains and bringing in young players. But with how bad our defense is, we should use next year as a development year and try these things. Huby played his best with Sharky, so try it. Yes, Huberdeau actually ended up having a pretty decent 2024 once he was playing with Sharangovich. Even past the All-Star break, once the Flames had traded away Lindholm, Huberdeau did put up better numbers, on a line with Kuzmenko at times. There was also Zary as well towards the end, and they did play really well. So maybe the solution isn't to necessarily pick someone up in free agency, even though the Flames have a lot of cap room to work with here. But there's totally the potential that the Flames could pick up Anthony Duclair or someone else that has played with Huberdeau in the past, but there's also some very good guys within the Flames organization that could build chemistry in that way. I think what Conroy was saying was to maybe look outside, but it's a very big deal to find Huberdeau some chemistry and get his numbers back up to where we need them to be. Now let's look at another couple of opinions here. This one from Vinny331. I'm not in favor of diving into the free agency market. We're not in that stage of the team's life cycle. We have enough core veterans and we have lots of young guys at the age where they have the opportunity to win spots. Bringing on free agents should be for when we are looking to put the finishing touches on a team that is ready to go on a run. Completely true. Why waste some cap room on a guy that will most likely just be traded away, could be seen as almost like a rental. That being said, the alternative is, well, we have the cap room to work with it, and we have a bunch of other assets. We could build a pretty good team here if we really want to make a push for the playoffs next year. Now, the reply to this was from the original poster, Scarlet Matt, once again. He said, I rather agree with this. I'd prefer to see us repopulate our draft picks. However, based on Conroy's comments, it seems like they are bound and determined to be in the playoffs next year. I don't think this team is quite there yet. Defense and center need a serious boost before that happens, and if we lose Markstrom, well, that would be a problem, and that is 100% true. Now, Conroy, maybe he's biting off more than he can chew here and saying that the Flames are bound for the playoffs next season. With how good some of the teams are in the Pacific, I mean, you can imagine Vancouver will be very good again next year. Edmonton will be very good again next year. I can't imagine Vegas being worse next year again. LA seems to only get better. Seattle are a little bit of a question. We know the the rest of the California teams, San Jose and Anaheim, should probably be bad again next year. But maybe next year's not the time to accelerate things and try and really get this rebuild over with. Maybe it is time to commit a little more. And maybe bringing on a veteran or two is okay. You know, a guy like Duclair, I think a lot of Flames fans would rather have in the lineup than someone like, you know, AJ Greer or Kevin Rooney kind of thing to try and, you know, get into that next level of NHL hockey at this point, more skilled offensive hockey, because there are a lot of young guys that can come up and gain a lot of experience from a guy like Duclair. Now, that being said, they can get loads of experience from a guy like Greer, Rooney, and whoever else as well. But either way, the Flames, they can experiment next year, and whether that's through they do something in free agency this offseason or they just continue with the lineup that they have played over the past few months, then it's fine. And you know what? I just thought it was a really cool post. It was so fun to speculate on. And over the next few months, I'm sure there will be lots of free agency videos to make and to talk about. This is just the very first of many, but it was very interesting and I love that post. So I appreciate all the people involved in that. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day. This one involves kind of the future and the outlook of the Calgary Flames right now, which is what yesterday's video kind of covered. So this one comes from user Just My Opinion 9959. He said, I like the way the Flames are going. Getting rid of some of the negative attitudes and bringing in people who want to be here has me excited for the future. Can't wait to see what Conroy has up his sleeve at the draft. He has a lot of assets to play with. And that is 100% true. You know, things aren't looking too bleak right now. The Flames, not only do they have lots of cap room like what we're talking about in this video, but they have so many assets for the future. They already have some good prospects. They've got loads of picks. They could acquire more of both of those things as well as we do approach the draft, you know, with Jacob Markstrom's future uncertain and other things going on. So it is exciting times, and it's good to know that the Flames are positive going into the future. They have a great outlook on it, and the vibes are very, very good. And that is what we always want to see here on Flames Digest. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.